You're working so hard. I'm so I'm proud of you, but I also want you to, dial it back. I have a whole episode where I'm telling myself to dial it back. So I'm telling you as well. Look at that confirmation card that I just got next. I'll tell you what it is in a second. Okay, we're still shuffling, by the way. Shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. What is your message, new moons? Wait, where'd that card go? Love it. Okay, Spirit, are we drawn to any more cards? I want to give them at least one more. Okay. I feel like we recently got this card. But that's okay. Because it does go with this energy very well. So. Okay. So, I gotta put the deck aside. And don't worry, at the end of the show from going forward, if I haven't already said this, I think I did, but just in case, let me repeat myself. You will be getting an angel number card from now on at the end of the show. So stick with me so that you can hear that out. But starting off with the Eight of Pentacles. I'm not at all surprised that we got this Virgo energy, even though we're not even going into Virgo season, but this hardworking, I got it, don't worry about it. I don't do group projects. I got this energy. I'm not at all surprised that that's what you all are starting off with for me. And you're saying, I know that the 777 ascension for me is about that I have been working at my skills for some time now. I definitely have some nurses that tune into me because I always pick up on your energy. And I can tell you that you're moving farther into that. So I definitely pick up on that immediately, is that there's some of my, hold on. One of you wears like a lavender colored scrubs. Lavender colored scrubs, and your spirit guys, one of them is a family member. She's a woman. I feel like she wasn't your aunt, but she was like an aunt. And I feel like I've definitely connected with her energy before as I was doing these readings. She's just so proud of you and wanted you to know that she's around you a lot. So, Eight of Pentacles, and thank you, Spirit. I definitely want my nurses to stay focused. Okay? I couldn't do it. Nurses, so I am extremely proud of you for just how difficult that job is. There's actually quite a few nurses in my family, which if you're a witch, you know why that is. I'm not going to get too into that, though. We're going to leave the Eight of Pentacles right here because that's the energy we're beginning with, is that you've been working on your skills, and there's many types of skills, It takes skill, for instance, to even read tarot. There are people who just read the cards, and there are other people who have the actual gift of reading tarot. So those of you who have spiritual gifts, you are heavily into that. I immediately heard Reiki. So oftentimes when I give examples, Reiki does pop into my head, but I had to take a second and say, is that spirit telling me that they want somebody to focus on their Reiki? Yes, they said put the crystal in where your third eye is and watch. Oh, I can't say that. Put the crystal where your third eye is and watch things happen. Okay, I just cleaned that up. And stay near the blue water is another thing I just heard, and that's interesting because that popped up as I grabbed the second card, which is the Temperance card. And you will understand why that's interesting when you look at the Temperance card. Because the Temperance card is about balance. It's about patience, having patience with yourself. Oftentimes whenever I get the Temperance card, it's my spirit guide saying, we just want you to chill out. We want you to understand that all of these good things were always going to happen for you. And we know you know this. We know that you've been working at this for a long time. You started learning about manifestation several years ago. So at this point, around maybe 15 years is how long I it's been since I first came across the secret. So Stay focused because we got you. It's like you keep forgetting that we got you. Look at the Temperance card. It's an angel. We keep telling you to have this balance between us and you. So you and the universe know that they've always been there from day one before you even understood any of this. I mean, that they, what is the word that I'm trying to find? Help me, Spirit. The meanings that you keep searching for. They said, look to the numbers. Oh, why do y'all do that to us when you just tell us to look to the numbers? Okay. 6214. 6214. Okay. So that's what I'm hearing. I give you whatever I tap into. And if you're new to my show, I am clairaudient. So sometimes spirit comes in strong. Sometimes they don't have as much to say. But when I began to really get into the energy for this reading, all of your spirit guides started saying, you know what? This is an important reading. This is one for the books. This is one that people were going to need to come back to. And this reading is not timed. I know that it was intended with the date, July the 7th, in mind. But that's okay if you want to come back to this at another time to reflect or to see how it pertains to your own life. Okay. So moving on is even more confirmation of when you take our advice, guess what energy you now sit in? Your divine feminine energy. Your divine feminine energy is your creative energy. It's also your energy that connects with when we receive. So when we're receiving manifestations and happy things and joy and love and all that we were supposed to always have in this life, we become the Empress card. And that is the next card that came up in this reading. The Empress card is abundant. In many different depictions, you will see that she's pregnant. In this depiction, I don't necessarily see that. I use the Rider-Waite deck. I have the pink version of it. And by the way, next season I will be having a short collection of episodes about the tarot and the Black woman that actually designed the artwork that we are very familiar with, and she is responsible for a lot of us connecting with tarot. I'll put it that way. You know, I'll go more into that when I get into the series then, but back to your reading. So I want you to nurture yourself and nurture those that you love, because what I'm seeing also around you is you have this loving circle that's always been there. Stop focusing on the ones that aren't there for you. Stop focusing so much on, I'm going to just be really blunt with you, that ain't shit ex. Stop focusing on that raggedy job that you left. Like, why are we still talking about that, babe? You have moved so far beyond that. And yet sometimes it still pops up and I'm confused as to why. And you know how I know it keeps popping up is that this isn't the first time I've said this in a reading. I feel like this is the third time in 2 different seasons. And so that sometimes I get a little frustrated because I'll think to myself, I need you to see your greatness, because that makes my job a lot more fun. Not necessarily easier, but a lot more fun. And my job's already fun, but I never tell people what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. I will be kind in how I say it and empathetic with how I say it, but sometimes I got to just say, you know what? I'm actually real over that you keep allowing the most raggedy people around you. When you have this loving circle of people who trust you, who love you, who always have had your back, who see the best in you, and when you are not your best, they still love you anyway. Okay? And that's what I'm picking up on, is that there's 1 or 2. I definitely see a fake friend that you're not even friends with anymore, that once in a while you still have that, weird chat with. I also definitely picked up strongly on one of you who keeps making sure that, you're stunting on your ex. And if you don't know what stunning means, it's like showing off. That's what that word means. But babe, I don't know what that's for. That tells me you're still manifesting from ego.